Hi everyone, it's Diane with SewBatik, and today we are going to talk about this range backpack pattern by Noodlehead and our Batik canvas. First, I want to tell you that I don't know if you guys do this as well, but I wanted to make this backpack as a gift. And so I wanted to do this quickly. I thought I would test out our Batik canvas while I'm doing this, and it would be the perfect gift. And now I want to keep it myself and don't want to give it away because I absolutely love it. But let's, those dilemmas hit us, I think, every single time we work on a project. But I am giving it away, and I will make another one for myself. I just really love this project. So first, let me show you the picture of the pattern. This is not a new pattern. It is just one that I just think is such a neat style. And I wanted to test out our Batik canvas with this backpack. So it is the range backpack pattern by Noodlehead. And it's a really, as you can see with the version that I have here, it is really a nice size backpack. You can use it for so many different things. The size, the finished dimensions that are on the pattern are, they're 15 inches tall, closed. So this is closed, 15 inches tall. It is 10.5 inches wide, and it's 4 inches deep, okay? So I'll reference this in a minute, but I wanted to share with you the version that I made. And I used our Batik canvas for the main exterior of the bag, for the base of the bag, and for the, I used the same base fabric for the clasps and the backpack straps and the handle on the top. And here's the fabric that I did use. Now remember, our canvas is 54 inches wide. So at the very end of this video, I'll share with you exactly what I put in this project bag, because the yardages are going to differ from the back of the pattern, depending on the width of your fabric, which makes sense. So I used our Flock Together. And this is Dusty Topaz is the color of Flock Together. And again, this is our Batik canvas. So it's heavier weight and than our Batik cotton is. And I just felt like it's perfect for the durability of the exterior of this backpack. Then True Indigo I used as the base of the bag and the straps. This isn't tuxedo, it is True Indigo, but it almost reads like a solid black as well. So if you do order True Indigo and it looks black, it is deep and it is dark. So that's that. Then the inside of the bag, I coordinated with our 115 inch wide Batik cotton. So this is just a traditional cotton. And this is the Vine shade in Dream Blue. And again, I'll have all the information about yardages on at the end of this video. Now, the pattern, and the reason I need to do that is because I switched some of the fabrics up. The pattern describes the exterior of the bag as one fabric, the base as a second fabric, and then the lining plus all of the straps being the third coordinate. And I had to change that. So I felt like I needed to match the bottom of my bag with all the other accessories. And I think that was a good choice. Now, the other things that we need for this bag, we need a zipper that measures about 10 inches wide. I used our blue, navy blue by Annie zipper, and all of the clasps, we need to have the rectangles. These are 1.5 inches. We need to have a wide mouth slider, and we need to have D-rings. And so I used the nickel finish on each one of these and was able to use, of course, just one set of the 1-inch D-rings, which is for the front, and then our rectangles and wide mouth sliders here as well. And the backpack that is on the cover here, this is sewn with a fusible, okay? A woven fusible interfacing to give it a little bit of stability. And every single piece, whether it be the straps, the pockets, the inside pockets, the lining of the bag is all fused. So it does require a lot of fusible. I used a very, very soft woven fusible, and I have to get the number on this because I bought this. I didn't buy this from our distributor. I bought this at a quilt shop, and I don't remember exactly which number it is, so I will find that for you as well. But it's a beautiful weight, and it's very, very, very soft, and it's a little bit stiff, but not too stiff. Okay, it's not stiff stuff. It's a little bit less stiff than that. And then what I did is I changed it up and I quilted the base, the exterior sides, the front and the back of the bag. I quilted it using By Annie's Soft and Stable. Now, if you're not familiar with Soft and Stable, it's almost like a foam, but it is a beautiful weight and it's pretty thin. It's probably 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch. And it really gives, and these are some of the other By Annie bags as well, but it gives that level of cushion. I call it cushion. And I wanted it to be cushion because the gift might be used as a computer bag. And that just really wanted, it just called for, to me, the Soft and Stable. And so that's what I did. I quilted each individual piece separately, and we're going to talk about that a little bit too. It might have been easier for me to have planned that ahead of time and quilted one piece of Soft and Stable with each, the yardage equivalent for the sides, the back, and the front, and then cut out my pieces. I did not do that. I quilted them individually. And if you're familiar with quilting, which many of you are, when you quilt something, even as this is not very densely quilted, it is just, if you can see that, it is just 1.5 inch straight line quilting to give it a diamond effect. That's all I did because I was at home and I was using my home domestic sewing machine. And so 2 things to remember. If you're quilting, now also I need to tell you, and I'm sorry I'm jumping around here, but I did not quilt it with a fabric on the back like you would a quilt sandwich. I did not do that. It is Soft and Stable plus my fabric. Let's just assume it was this, and I just quilted it. So there's not another fabric on the back of this. I used a fusible spray to attach my fabric, which was my canvas, to the Soft and Stable, drew my lines, quilted it up, and that's how I quilted this. Now, by quilting the whole thing first and then cutting out your pieces, you end up with the same size piece that you should have based off of the pattern. Okay? If you're quilting each individual piece after you've cut out the pieces, your pieces shrink. The quilting brings in your fabric just a little bit, and it's just a little bit to make a difference. And so always remember that if you decide you want to quilt up any of, like here's another project that I know all of my By Annie projects, and I don't know why I wasn't thinking about this, I quilt everything up first and then I cut out my my pieces. And I think it's just inherent in the pattern, so it gets you to do that ahead of time. The range backpack pattern is not written that way. It doesn't talk about and doesn't reference any quilted fabric. It just talks about the different exterior fabrics that would work with a woven fusible, okay? So, lesson learned from my little project is that next time I will quilt up all of the fabric and then cut out my pieces. So let's go back to this just a little bit. The front pocket is not quilted, and it has this really cute design in the middle that expands, so that if you have something in here that might be bulky, it will sit in here beautifully. Okay, so that's just a simple exterior pocket. Now let's go inside the bag. The inside of the bag has one pocket. It is a pocket that you just simply stitch to the lining, because the lining is freestanding inside this bag. And so you stitch one pocket on and finish your lining and add it to the bag itself. I felt like the person I'm giving this gift to needed more pockets. And so I did use extra lining fabric to make 2 more pockets on the other side. And if I had planned a little bit better, I sort of ran out of time, I would have put a zipper pocket inside this bag as well. You can add anything you want to any of these bags. I just know that inside, that's where I add my pockets. So I'm gonna stand up here so that, I don't know if you can see in here, but I added the larger pocket, and then, so hopefully she can put her cell phone in there, but this is the inside of the bag. It is simply, as I mentioned, the lining was our dream blue, and it is fully interfaced to give it, again, that little extra stability to it. So I think that's why this bag, when I first finished it, I was like, oh my gosh, it just like stands up on its own. And it's just so, I didn't think the flap was going to fold over as nicely as it did. And it just turned out so nice. So I'm very pleased with it. And I think you will be too if you decide to make one that is quilted. And don't hesitate to make this bag. If you've never made a backpack bag before, this is a great starter, because it's a simple instruction, simple construction. The zipper is easy to put on, and the step-by-step of adding all of your straps and making the straps and how it fits on, it's great. Now, the other tool I would say that you do need is a marking pencil, or a fabric pencil is the only other thing that you definitely need to have besides your traditional rotary cutter, rotary mat, and your rulers and pins and a lot of clips. I used a lot of clips in my sewing machine and all the thread that I used to match my fabric. So I hope you enjoyed this quick little intro to the range backpack. Oh, and I want you to know something. Back to the fabric, the canvas. It is truly a breeze to work with, and I thought it would be more difficult to work with, especially with the quilting, and it's not. And I am thrilled with that, and I think I can't wait to now make a whole bunch more of our Diane bags and other things that are on my docket for this next year to share with you all. So enjoy this project, and don't hesitate to use Batik Canvas for any of your tote bags, backpacks, or even the grab some grub. So we will see you next time, and give us some comments, like our video, and let us know what you'd like to see next. So keep sewing, smiling, and sharing.